All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Calvin with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, Earn Where You Learn, Logistics Training and Consulting Platform. Today is orientation. We have orientation every Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all students who have completed their basic knowledge quiz by 3 o'clock on Friday. And all of the students in with us today have completed their basic knowledge quiz. Make sure everybody can hear me okay. Everybody says that they can hear me. Great. Hello, everyone. Hello, Craig. Brandy. Hello. We got a lot of people on here. Hello, Miss Williams. And so let's see who else we have on here today. Today we have Mr. Adam Hopkins. Hey, Adam, how you doing? And we have Avis Harden. How you doing? Albert, how you doing? Kenneth, how you doing? All right, so everybody's all in the house today. All right, great. All right, as I mentioned before, today is orientation. Today is not training. Training is on Saturdays at 10:15 a.m. every Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, that is the time to ask all training questions. If you have a question about training, hold on to it until Saturday, or give me a call during the week, and we will do a private consultation with you. Or when you get on the chat group, once you get access to the chat group, you can ask that question there if you like. But please remember this: all of our training sessions are recorded, and the best way to find your answers is to go to our YouTube channel and review the training videos. Okay, so once we give you access to the chat group, please be mindful. Do not come into the chat group and ask a whole bunch of questions that can be easily found in the training videos. That's what they're there for. They're there for you all to watch, take notes, and to get the answers you need. Now, if for some reason you can't find it, or you're having trouble finding it by watching the training videos, feel free to ask it on the chat group. But before you start bombarding the chat group with a whole bunch of questions, because remember, the chat group is there for you all to connect, network, and things like that. There's a lot of the questions that you all come to the chat group with when you're new. They have these same questions that's asked over and over and over and over again with every new batch of people that come on. And 99.9% of all those questions are answered in the training videos. So if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, going to the training videos, jotting down your questions, right? Therefore, when you start listening to the training videos, when we actually cover one of the questions you have, just write down the answer or make note of it. Say, oh, that's the answer right there. And that is the best way to get your answers and learn this program and learn our steps and learn what we do. Okay, is to go back to the training videos and review them. And we always say watch the latest one first. If you watch videos 29. If you watch videos 30, 29, 28, and 27, that should get you caught up on everything. So if you're watching anything from 25 on up, 25 to 30, any of those videos will get you caught up on everything. So watch the videos, take notes. That's the best place to get your answers. If you don't find your answers there, feel free to post it to the chat group or give me a call or give us a call and say, hey, I got a question for you, or connect with us on the chat group and say, hey, I got a question for you. All right? All right, let's get into the orientation. I want to welcome everybody, and let's get into the orientation. First of all, I want to make sure everybody sees our new website. Let me start sharing our screen so you all can see everything that I see. All right, there we go. Everybody should be able to see everything that I see now. If you're seeing our screen, you are seeing our National Dispatchers Network screen. Okay, this is you all's group website. Okay, this is the group website. The address for this group website is here in the message thing, here at the top of the message thing. You should see it right there. I'm going to copy and paste it again and repaste it so you all can see it. If you don't have it, here it comes right about, well, let's do this. Right about now. And there it is. Okay? There is the website. All right. This is you all's group website. This is where we have you all to send people to promote the network and to get into your back office area. This is where your back office area is located. When you first come to this website, you see it's very clean. The first home page is just a clean introduction page, basically displaying who we are and things like that. Now, our web address is going to change sometime this week. The web address is going to change from the RBBS transport.com. It's going to change to the National Dispatchers. It's going to change to National Dispatchers Network.com. Okay, it's what it's going to change to. It's going to change to National Dispatchers Network.com or National Network of Dispatchers. Which one of those is that's going to be the new website address, so that it reflects what you all do and not so much reflecting our company, because we're not here to build our brand. We're here to help you build your brand. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay, now once you get to this website, you click on where it says "Who are we?" This is the area that you will actually give to your carriers if carriers are calling in and they say, "Do y'all have a website?" If you don't have your own personal website, you can give them this website address, and they can go here where it says "Who are we?" and it tells them all about what the National Network of Dispatchers do, who we are, and what our mission is. If you notice here, it talks about our mission, and our primary mission is to find the freight that the carriers need to make their trucks profitable. We're not in the business of just finding freight for carriers. We're in finding the freight that they need to make their truck profitable. Thus is why we always, our main phrase or our main script is, how much money do you need to move your truck? Everything is built around that platform. Everything is built around that catchphrase. How much money do you need to move your truck? That's what you ask every carrier when you first contact them, is how much money do you need to move your truck? And when you get into training and stuff, you'll see exactly what we mean by that. If you scroll down here, and I advise all of y'all to read everything on this website, go through it, read it, get to know it, because as you're promoting it, you need to know what it is we're about and how we proceed. Therefore, you can effectively pitch your carriers and get them to sign up with you when everyone is on message. We want to make sure that everyone is on the same message. And as you can see, now I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of reading today, because as you all, I don't know if you all have been following me on Facebook, but I had a real bad eye infection, so I had to go to the eye doctor today, and they diluted my eyes, and they're just now starting to get back right. So I really can't see a whole lot that's on these pages, but I know it all. So because I'm the one that put it all there. So, but I'm not going to be reading a whole lot from it because my eyes have been diluted. But you have an areas here of service, and I know that in the area of service, it should tell you that we have a network of more than 300 independent logistics freight dispatching firms, and that's because our network is that large. We have actually more than 300 members of the National Network of Dispatchers. Because the National Network of Dispatchers is made up of all our students, like yourselves, and you all will be added to this network. All of our students are the ones who make up the National Network of Dispatchers, okay? Because you all are essentially independent dispatchers or dispatch firms. You are your own company from this point on. You do not, let me repeat, you do not work for RBBS, okay? You don't work for us. We don't hire anybody, okay? In fact, you all have hired us to show you how to run your logistics firm, to show you how to book freight, to show you how to build your network and to build your book of business. That is our function, and that is our only function, okay? So make sure you remember that. You work for yourself. You all are independent. You are dispatchers. You're your own independent dispatchers. The money you make, you will have to pay taxes on it at the end of the year. So make sure at some point in time, you don't have to do it right now, but at some point in time during this whole process, go to irs.gov and get your tax ID number. Okay, it is free. It takes about 2 minutes. You go to irs.gov, 2 minutes, get your EIN number, and then at some time during the year before you file taxes at the end of the year, you have to have your business set up as a corporation, as a partnership, as a sole proprietorship, as an LLC, or whatever the case may be. All right? All right. This just goes down here. We got a little nice video on here that owner operators can take a look at, a little feel-good video that lets them know that we care about them and that you all are here for them. owner-operators. It tells them who we are and what our mission is. Built our national dispatch network, built by owner-operators for owner-operators. Let them know that we understand every carrier is unique and in their load pricing, and let them know that we look for the loads that are paying the amount of money that they need to be profitable. Okay, basically what it says is our network dispatchers will cater their load search to your pricing requirements. In other words, if you need 275 cents per mile, that's what the CPM stands for, to run a load, our dispatchers will only look for and contact you with offers of $2.75 per mile or better. It's that simple. So contact one of our dispatch agents today. Gives you the toll-free number down there. Now, this is the area where you all will be listed. Okay, these are the independent dispatchers and the dispatch firms. These are all of the extensions of everyone who has come into our network and started their own dispatch firms. Your names and your extensions will be listed here once you submit your information for your profile setup. Once you get access to our Facebook page and we add you to our chat group, we will be sending you your profile setup request of information. We'll send that to you via our chat group on Facebook. Once you all get set up with us, after today, once you all get set up, we'll send that to you, and then our interns will in turn be setting you all up with your profiles. Your profile, which consists of your extensions on our 2 toll-free numbers. They're going to set you up with your own extension. They're going to set you up with your dedicated domain email address. No more Gmail, Hotmail, or Yahoo. It'll be your name or your company name at shipwithRBBS.com. And they're also going to set you up with your eFax number. Now, when we get you plugged into that, they're going to take care of that this week. They will not, let me repeat this, they will not have that information ready for you before Friday, because they compile everything and they set everybody's up, and then they send it all out on Friday. So please, please, please do not bombard me with questions about where is my setup profile information, where is my toll-free number extension, where is my email address, because you won't get it until Friday. I'm telling you that now. That's the way it is. That's the way it is with every group. And the reason it is that way because the interns have a whole lot of stuff to do during the week other than just process your profile. They've got to process loads. They've got to process invoices. They've got to process calls that come in from carriers. They've got to process calls that come in from students who are consulting. They have to monitor the chat group. They have to monitor our social media load board and our social media accounts. They do all of that. So in the midst of doing all that, they also have to find time to set up your profile. So that's why they set them all up, and then they send them all out at the same time. They do not send them out as they set them up day by day by day by day, because if they did, they wouldn't have time to do anything else. Okay? So everything is done so it's manageable. This is how we can manage everything that we have to do, because we have a large network and we have a lot of things to do on a daily basis, and this is how they manage that. So again, when you send in your profile information, and you're going to be sending it in to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. I'm going to type it in here so that you all will be able to see it. All profile request forms need to be sent to, I'm typing it in right now, dispatch. Uh-oh. So I got the right email address, RBBStransport.com. All right, that is where your email, that's where your profile request will be sent to that email address. Copy it, remember it, write it down, because from here on out, everything you send in to us, other than a referral, if you're sending in someone who is requesting information about our platform or a referral, if you're sending it in over a referral, that goes to a different one. But other than that, anything that has to do with loads, anything that has to do with anything that you're sending in that needs to be processed, anything at all, is going to go to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. Everything from here on out goes to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. If you send over your profile request to any other email address, it will not get processed. If you send it to us on Facebook, it will not get processed. If you text it to me by phone, it will not get processed. It only gets processed when you send it to the proper email address, and that is dispatch@rbbstransport.com. Make sure y'all remember that. Make sure y'all understand that. If you are coming in late, this session is recorded. You will be able to pull this up later on tonight on YouTube and review it again. Okay? But remember, everything that you send over from here on out goes to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. There are a couple of other email addresses that you all will be using, but the training email that you all have been using, the one that you got your downloads from, the one that you all registered with, and things like that, that training at the RBBSLLC.org, that email address will only be used from here on out if you're sending over someone who you are referring to our program, because you do get a $50 referral fee for everybody that you refer over to us. And the way that you qualify for that $50 referral fee is you send their name, phone number, and email over to training@theRBBSLLC.org. That is the same email address you receive your downloads for the study guide material from. Okay? So if you want to receive credit for referring someone, you have to send that referral over to that email address along with their name, phone number, and email address, along with your name, phone number, and email address as the person who is referring them, and that has to be sent before they enroll. If you send it after they enroll, you won't qualify for the referral because you did not refer them. They came in and signed up without you referring them. So make sure you send that over if you want to get credit for the referrals, and you get paid the same day that they sign up. All right? All right. Now, let's get into, but this is where you all, as y'all see, we have a lot of students. And you all will be added to this list after this week. This week we will get y'all added, but you all will not receive your extension, your email address, and your eFax line until Friday. You all will receive them on Friday, and that is any time between Friday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. So please do not call me during the week. Do not send me emails during the week. Do not send me Facebook messages during the week asking where is my extension on the toll-free number, where is my email address, and where is my what. Okay? So make sure that that doesn't happen. All right? Because we have a whole bunch of stuff that we need to cover. All right. Let's get into your back office area. All right. Your back office area is a secure location. Let's get into the good stuff. This is where you're going to find all your tools and resources. When you all come here, it is going to ask you to sign in. You see here? But you all won't be signing in because you don't have a sign in. You all would go down here where it says, do not have an account, sign up. That's what you would do. Now, let me make sure I need everyone to hear me. So if you have stuff going on in the background or whatever you're doing, drop what you're doing right now and pay attention to what I'm saying. Because I promise you, there are going to be some of you that are not going to do this, and you're going to be calling me asking why you can't log in. Okay? And this is why you're not going to be able to log in with what I'm about to tell you right now. Hold up a second. See who this calling is. It better not be one of the students because they know. All right. Apparently, they must know that we're in orientation. We don't normally take calls during orientation. All right. Let me turn my phone off because we don't take calls during orientation. All right. But I need y'all to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you about this login process, about this sign-up process. Be sure that when you sign up, do not go over here and click login with Facebook, because your Facebook login may not be the same email address you enrolled with. When you sign up for your account to be able to log into your back office, you must, let me repeat this, you must use the exact same email address you used when you enrolled into our platform. So whatever email address you use when you enrolled in our platform, that is the email address you will put in here when you sign up. Okay? and then you will create your username. If you use any other email address, it will not approve you, because what our system does is it cross-references your sign-up submission with your enrollment email. This is how it verifies that you are the exact same person who enrolled into the program, and that makes sure that we don't let anybody into our back office who are not supposed to be there, because you only get access to the back office after what? You have enrolled and after you have completed your orientation. If you are attempting to do so now, it won't approve you until after orientation is complete. Okay? So, again, when you're signing up for your back office access, use the email address, the exact email address you used when you enrolled into our platform. If you use any other email address, you will not be approved. It is going to put you in a pending state, and it's going to ask you for your full name and the email address that you enroll with for verification. And it's not going to let you in until you provide that. Okay? So, I want to make sure everybody understand me. Did everybody get that? Let's get a yes on the type-ins if you got that. Does everybody understand that? Everybody who understood it, type in, yes, I got it, yes, I got it, yes, I got it. Or just yes, 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 yes. All right? Because I want to make sure that, because every class, I don't care how many times I say it, how often I say it, every single class, we have somebody that does just the opposite of what we just instructed them to do. They would attempt to sign in with a different email address, and then they will start calling, they'll get on the chat group, they do all that. I can't get into the back office, I can't get into the back office. Well, what did you sign up with? Why you use my email address? What email address did you use? Why you use this? Well, that's not the one you signed up with. Oh. It's always the same conversation. It always ends with, oh. Okay? So don't be the person that ends that conversation with, oh, okay? Make sure you understand this. I don't want anyone to come in and end that conversation with, oh, okay? All right, great. Like Jeremy says, LOL, oh. All right, so let's make sure that you're not the one that comes in and says, oh, at the end of the conversation. All right, great. Now, with that being said, let's log in. All right, so we're going to log in. And this is your back office area. You notice that the first thing you see when you get into your back office area, you see your contracts and agreements. Okay? This is where you access your contracts, you access your agreements at. One of the very first contracts and the most important contract that we have is the carrier dispatch service agreement. Why? Because that is how you make your money. That's that money maker right there. In case you all want to know how you make your money or what the money maker is, that's it right there. Okay? That carrier dispatch service agreement, that's your money maker. Make sure you all read that. Make sure you understand it. We're going to go over that because that is the money maker. Okay? You cannot make money without that agreement. Without that agreement, you can't put nothing in National Hip Bank. Okay? That is the agreement that's going to help National Hip Bank to get so big you can't carry it around in your back pocket no more. You got to have a bag to carry your National Hip Bank in. Okay? You're going to need an extra hip to carry your National Hip Bank with that dispatch agreement. All right? So let's make sure you understand this dispatch agreement. Now, for those of you who are not, let me repeat, for those of you who are not or who do not have your bond, if you are not a bona fide bonded broker, this is the agreement you will use. For those of you who are coming to us and you're acting as a bonded broker, which means you have a bond, you are licensed, you are operating as a bonded broker. We suggest that everybody operates as a dispatcher and not a bonded broker for several reasons, and we'll explain that to you. If you insist on acting as a bonded broker in our program, you have to use this bottom agreement here. That is the broker carrier contract for brokers only. But let's go with this one because 99.9% of you all are going to be using this carrier dispatch service agreement. Let's click on that, and all you got to do is click on it. When you get ready to send it to one of your carriers, you click on it, you open it up. It pulls up, and you're going to make sure you click the enable the editing button when it does come up so you can edit it and put your name and stuff in there. And here it is. This is your dispatch agreement. You click that enable the editing button there, and you notice at the top of this agreement, it has where it says dispatcher. Your name or your company name goes there. Okay? Address. your address goes there, or your company's address goes there. You can just put just your city and state. That will suffice. Your phone number goes here. If you, I would suggest you use your toll-free number and you put your extension, but you can put your direct phone number if that's what you want to use. Okay? Your email address goes here. Okay? All right? So, again, this top portion is where you put your information right here. Your name goes where it says dispatcher. Your address goes here. You can put just city and state. Your phone number goes here. And your email address goes here. Okay? Now, in this bottom section down here, in this middle section, in the body of this, everything that is above the fee line, all right? Here's the fee line right here. That's the fee line. I'm going to do that real quick. That's the fee line right there, in case y'all can't see that. That is what we call the fee line, all right? Everything that's above that line, which says that they owe you 10%, the fee line, everything above this that is in yellow, okay, is where your name goes. If it's in yellow and it's above the fee line, your name goes in that yellow spot in the highlighted area. If it's below, everything below the fee line and it's in yellow, the carrier's information goes in there, okay? And your information goes in the non-highlighted area. So let's go over this step by step. All right, y'all bear with me because I did have my eyes dilated today, so it's going to be kind of difficult for me to read this, but I'm going to go ahead and read this to you all as best I can. All right, in this agreement, let's go over it. It says I, okay? The carrier's name goes there, okay? The owner of and or the driver of truck number, the carrier's truck number goes there. Of the carrier, a licensed motor carrier, their MC number goes there, and or DOT number, their DOT number goes there. The carrier's DOT number, MC number goes in those slots. Hereby grants authorizations to your name goes there. Please don't put RBBS there because they ain't signing up with us. They're signing up with you. This is your client. This is not our client. Okay? Remember, we didn't hire you. You hired us to help you build your network. This is your network we're building. So your name goes here because this is your client. Okay? Grants authorization to you, either your name or your company name, to act as my agent for the sole purpose of searching for and booking shipments, processing all brokerage paperwork, and obtaining certificates of insurance as required. I'm telling you, but my eyes are dilated. It's hard to read this stuff. And certificates of insurance as required in order to expedite shipments and dispatch via telephone, fax, or email for my truck unit number, and their truck number goes there. License plate number, their license plate number goes there. In the state they're operating in goes there. All billing, invoicing, and collection of revenue from customers, brokers, shippers, consignees, etc., are the sole responsibility of the carrier. If revenue for the shipment or shipment is uncollectible, your name goes here or your company name goes there, will be held harmless and no penalty or deduction. Hold on for a second. Yeah, no penalty or, where was I leave off at? Or deduction of fees will be made. The carrier agrees to maintain all proper licenses and permits to conduct business as a motor carrier in the area of intended operations. Additionally, carrier agrees to maintain liability and cargo insurance at the amount set forth by the home state of the carrier. Your name or your company name goes there. Will be held harmless in the event of any and all claims. The carrier agrees to maintain an account with an internet load board service in the name of the carrier with your name goes here or your company name as the point of contact for dispatching. Now let's go over that real quick. Some of y'all are probably asking, okay, exactly what does that mean? That they have to have an account with the load board? That is there because one day you all are not going to be with us anymore. You are going to get to the point to where you understand this. You got this down like the back of your hand. You know it. You got yourself about 10, 12, 15 carriers that you sign up with, and you booking freight on a regular basis with them because you dispatching for them, and you turning you average about 3 loads per week for each carrier that you have signed on. So you're booking about 5 to 6 loads a day, 3, 4, 5 loads a day. You're earning about 8, 9, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a week. You're turning and burning. When you get to that point, you gotta say to yourself, you know what? I got this. I don't need that old man Calvin to show me this stuff no more, because I got this. Now, I know more than he know. I can do this better than he can. One day hopefully you'll get to that point. When you do get to that point, okay, you got to say to yourself, okay, I don't need them anymore. I don't want them to hold my hand no more. It's time for me to break out on my own. I'm grown. I can do this on my own now. I'm grown. All right. So when that happens, you're going to come to us. You're going to say, hey, I'm ready to step out on my own. And we're going to say, hey, that's great. Let us help you get set up. What do you want to do? I want to have my own freight brokerage firm. I want to go ahead and set up my own brokerage firm. Great. We'll help you get set up. I want to set up my own dispatch firm. Great. We'll show you all the business and stuff you need and everything you're gonna need to do, and show you. And we're gonna help you get set up. And when you do step out there on your own, right? When you step out there on your own, okay, we're not going to be the ones who's going to be doing all this for you. You're going to be doing this on your own. All right. So therefore, you won't have access to our load boards through the access that we provide to you. You will be getting access to your load boards yourself. This is a way for you to have your carriers to pay for that access, because legally you are contracted and you work for the carrier. You are servicing them by finding them good paying freight. You're keeping them running. So in doing so with that, you can actually legally require that they give you access to their MC number so you can get onto the load board. This is how you're going to get onto the load board. You're going to use your carrier's MC number when you get to the point where you're getting your own load boards outside of us. So when you get your own load boards, and some of those load boards get very expensive. Let's say like a DAT. A DAT costs like $299 per month. That's a lot of money for a load board. But through this clause right here, let's say you've got 20 carriers. You can go to each one of those carriers and say, hey, I got a way for me to get onto DAT and to find you all the highest paying loads in the industry, and it's only going to cost you $29 a month versus $299 a month. Why? Because you're collecting $29 a month from each one of your carriers, right? That's going to total up to a lot more than that $299. So now you've got enough money to go onto that, and you can use one of their MC numbers to get onto that with their permission, and that is going to contact them and say, hey, this dispatcher wants to access that using your DOT number. Is this person authorized to do that? They're going to say yes, because you're going to already have talking with on what you're doing. They're going to say, yes, of course he is. That's my dispatcher. He's the one that goes down and find me loads. So, yes. All right, so then they're going to allow you to get onto that using that MC number, paying the money that you're getting from those carriers, and now you have enough money to pay for that and enough money left over to treat as operating expense, or you can use it to do what? Repeat the process to get onto other load boards. All right? That is your first training, okay? But that's how that's done. That's why that clause is there, so that when you all do decide to move on from us, you will be able to accomplish that without it costing you anything out of your pocket. And it's also a way for you to actually make extra income, to create another income source for you as, okay, Kenneth says that he can barely hear me. Kenneth, you having problems hearing me? Is anyone else having problems hearing me other than Kenneth? Because if everyone else can hear me and you can't, Kenneth, that means you have a problem with your headset, a problem with your okay, Kenneth, everyone else says that they can hear me just fine. Everybody says loud and clear. So obviously, Kenneth, that's a problem that you have on your end. You might want to check that out. Check your headset, check the volume on your mic, or check the volume on your headset, or whatever the case may be. Okay? All right. Everybody else can hear me just fine. All right, let's continue on. All righty. All right. The fee for dispatch services will be 10% of the gross revenue for each shipment with no minimum charge. As loads are picked up, an amount equal to the above stated percentage will be payable to your name goes there, or your company name goes there. Please do not put RBBS Transport there, because that's not our money. They're not paying that to us. They're paying it to you, because when you leave us and you will be collecting your own money, this is who they're going to be paying it to. So make sure you put your name there. All right? Now, it says here, payments are, let me get this in here real quick. It says here, payments are to be conveniently paid with any debit or credit card via text or email invoice app processed by the RBBS LLC invoice processing. Okay? Please provide your SMS cell phone number, text number here. The carrier cell phone number goes there, okay? And your email address and your email here. The carrier's email goes there, okay? Now, let's cover this. There is no other way for a carrier to pay, okay? Carrier, we do not accept ledger forms of payment. In other words, we don't accept payments in paper form. No checks, no instant transfers, no wire transfers, no PayPal. We accept payment one way and one way only, and it is that way for a reason, because our corporate resolution says this is how we're set up. You who don't know what a corporate resolution is, that is when you become a corporation and you have individuals who have put their hard-earned money into your company, bought shares in your company. Now you are catering to what? Investors. Anytime you have a company where someone has put their private funds into your company to help you start that company, and if those funds are more than $25,000, you fall under the ruling and the jurisdiction of the SEC. Now, those of you who don't know what that is the Security Exchange Commission, and they are the police of all financial institutions. They are the top dog when it comes to your governing how you do your business, what you do, and how you do it. If you step outside of the guidelines of your corporate resolution, that's the thing that you turn into them, that you tell them how you're going to operate, how you're going to collect money, what you're going to charge, how your students are going to be paid, how all this stuff, everything that we do is governed by the SEC. And anything that we do outside of that, we are in violation of our corporate resolution, which could carry a charge of 5 years in prison, because it is a federal crime to violate your corporate resolution, for those of you who don't know that. It carries a prison term of 5 years in federal pen and a fine of $250,000 for each infraction. This is why Mr. Nadar, what's his name, whatever that guy is, they just gave 100 years to for his investment scandals, because he didn't operate the way he said he was supposed to be operating, and they hit him with with a whole bunch of charges, and they convicted him on all those charges. So he got 100+ years in federal pen. Okay, I want y'all to understand something. We joke around a lot, yes, but behind the scenes, this is serious business. If we tell you all we need to do things a certain way, we don't have a say-so in that. Okay, if we tell you all that the reason why we have y'all to wait until Friday before you all, a whole week, if you miss your deadline to get into the orientation, we do that because our corporate resolution says that's how we operate. If we tell you all that we collect our payments through our Square Capital account, we do that because that's how our corporate resolution says that we are stated that's how we do it. Now, we had a couple of students that actually stepped outside of that, and they had the carrier to pay them, and then they tried to pay us. Guess what? That's a no-go. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, and it can't work that way. Because if it works that way, it looks like we are defrauding our investors. It looks like we are withholding money from our investors. We are doing what's called misappropriation of what? Of proceeds, of funds. And that is a federal crime. Okay? This is serious business. And when you all get to this level of running your business and you ever decide to go out and seek investors to put money into to help you start your business, in our case, our investors, they invested $250,000. Okay, that's a lot of money when you're playing with other people's money. So you don't do what? You don't play with other people's money. We don't play with other people's money. So we tell you this is how we operate that way for a reason. There is no if, ands, or but about it. And you can do different for me. No, we cannot do different for you, and we will not do different for you. We operate this way for everybody. Everybody gets the same treatment. Everybody gets follow the same procedures, same guidelines, same rules and regulations. So make sure that when we say that to you, I want you all to understand that this is why we do it, because this is serious business. All right? Now, all payments, the way we collect payments, this is how we do it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like I mentioned before, we had a couple of students that sent us, that tried to collect the payment themselves, and then turn around and try to send us our half of it. It doesn't work that way. We had to wind up invoicing them, sending them a corrected invoice, because we needed a paper trail to prove to our investors that we were not trying to defraud them. So we had to actually send them a corrected invoice where they had to pay the entire amount of money. Let's say if it was a $5,000 load fee and it was $500, they were going to get $250. We were supposed to get $250. They had to actually pay us that whole $500 through the invoice, and we had to send them this type of invoice. The one that we sent through here, that electronic invoice, we had to send it to them. They had to click on it and pay that whole $500, so it came in through our Square account. Because we have to have a paper trail. And we have to tell what that paper trail is and what it's for to correct the infraction. Because if we don't correct the infraction, then it looks like we're doing what? We're defrauding our investors, or we're defrauding Square Capital. So we had to send them an invoice. They had to actually pay it through that invoice, the entire amount. Then we had to turn back around and send them their payment, okay, their half back through the Square account again from that corrected invoice. Why? Because we had to show that because Square Capital loans us capital money. Every so often, we get a big influx of money from Square Capital because we're processing a lot of money through Square Capital. So they advance us money anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000. They advance us, and we pay that back by them taking a certain percentage, 8.25% to 10% of each transaction that we do. And they take that back from those transactions, from our invoices that we send out and things like that. So if you collect the payment yourself and you only send us half that payment, that means Square Capital is only getting what? A percentage of the money you actually sent back to us. They're not getting a percentage of the whole amount of money that's processed through, which means that puts us in what? In violation of what? You see what happens? It looks like we're trying to defraud our investors. We're defrauding Square Capital. We're in violation of our loan payback guidelines. Whole bunch of illegal infractions. So make sure you all understand that this is a business. This is a business. I know we joke around. I know we're going to have a lot of fun. But behind everything, behind the running of all this, is a business. Okay? And it's a very, very serious business. And we do not play with our investors' money. All right? Does everybody understand that? All right? Great. All right. Adam Hopkins says he may need to use the telephone option. Kenneth is having problems with his mic. I don't know what's going on with you, Kenneth, but this is being recorded, but obviously it's on your end. I'm sorry to hear you having problems, but that's on your end. There's nothing I can do to correct that. All right. Continuing on. Now, when your carrier has a load that's ready to be invoiced, and we're going to go over that here in a second. When your carrier has a load that's ready to be invoiced, this is what we will send them. We will send them a Square Cash invoice link. Okay, we're going to text it to them, and we're going to email it to them. And all they have to do is click on it and pay with a debit or credit card, which they can pay it right there on the spot instantly. As soon as we get it in, we turn around and we send you your half out the same way we received it via our Square Cash app. We send you what's called a Square Cash payment. All you've got to do, we're going to email it to you, and we're going to text it to you. All you got to do is click on it and deposit the money into your account or onto your Square Cash debit card if you so choose to order one. It is free. The Square Cash app is free. It's called the Cash Me app. It's called the Square Cash Me app. It's in all you all's cell phones app store. You go to your app store, you look for Square Cash, the Cash app, and you just download it, and it's free. It takes about 30 seconds. Okay? So if you don't have it, get it. Once you join our chat group, I will send it out to you all on Facebook, so you can just click on it and you can get it. Okay? All righty. All right, let's continue on. Either party has the right to end this agreement without cause at any time within 7 days notice. With 7 days notice by written request. Upon cancellation, any unused funds remaining in the deposit account will be refunded to the carrier within 2 business days without penalty, either by signing below. I fully understand the terms of this agreement. And the carrier's company name goes there, their signature goes there, the date they sign goes there, print their name goes there, your name goes here, or your company name goes here. There's the date that this contract was drafted, and the dispatcher's signature, your signature goes there. And that's that contract. That's your moneymaker. Okay? That's what you're going to use to help put money in National Bank, because we are going to be splitting that dispatcher fee 10%, which you get 5% of the load fee. We get 5% of the load fee, and this is how we get paid. As you all have seen before, and why you probably joined this group, is because we only get paid when you get paid. We only make money when you make money. If we don't teach you how to make money, we don't make no money. That's how, you can't get no fairer than that. All right? All righty. Let's move on. Did anybody have any questions about that dispatch agreement before we move on? Did anybody have any questions about the dispatch agreement? You can go back and review this video. Other videos have this information in it as well. Feel free to, when you get access to the back office, just pull it up, make sure you read over it, and that type of stuff. For those of you who are bonded brokers, this is the contract that you have to have. We're not going to read it because it is very long, and it has a lot of legal terminology in it, and I hate reading legal terminology. I'm not going to lie to you. Our lawyers prepared this. By the way, our primary investor is the law firm that does everything for us. Justice Law Firm here in Tallahassee, Florida. They're the ones they're our primary investor. They invest over $100,000 into our business. So they're the ones who actually keep watch over our chat group. They have paralegals and members who monitor that chat group 24 hours a day to make sure we're saying everything that's legal, doing everything that's legal, make sure that chat group is operating where it's supposed to be operating. They actually have access to all of my social media accounts to make sure that we are posting the right things, that we're not doing anything outside of the guidelines that need to be done. Make sure you all are not doing anything outside of the guidelines that need to be done. Anytime you tag RBBS Transport or the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, or you tag me, they can see it because they monitor everything. And when something is put on social media that's not quite legal or doesn't seem to be up to par, they will contact me and say, hey, check that out, get that removed. Talk to that person. Let them know they can't do that and why they can't do it. So sometimes you all will hear from me and say, hey, the law firm just called me and said that, they seen something on here and we need to get rid of that because we can't do that. We can't do it that way. The way it needs to be worded is this, this, and this, and this. Or we need to take that out because they make sure that we stay legal. They make sure that we stay legal because, why? Because they have a big, big invested interest in our business. And what we do reflects upon them. Okay? But that's how that works. All right, so make sure you are aware of that when you're in that chat group. So be mindful of what you're talking about in that chat group. While we're talking about the chat group, let's go over this real quick. That chat group is only for professional use. Matter of fact, let's go to it real quick. This chat group, this is the chat group. This is the chat group right here, as you all can see. This chat group is for professional reasons only. And the only profession that is allowed in this chat group is anything dealing with logistics. This is not a chat group to advertise your other businesses with. This is not a chat group to gossip with. This is not a chat group to talk about what went on Power or whatever it is shows y'all watch. Or hold on here, this back face counter that. This is not what this chat group is for. This is not a beef chat group. If you have a problem with someone else, handling outside of this chat group, don't want to see it in the chat group. Okay? This is a private chat group. This is not a public chat group. Okay? Make sure we understand that. If you have a problem with our platform, if you have a problem with some things that we are doing, I do not want to see it addressed in this chat group. Do not air your public business in this chat group. Don't want to see it. That's not where it doesn't belong there. If we see it there, we are going to delete it. And then we're going to contact you, and we're going to cover why you posted it there. If we cannot come to an understanding, then you will no longer have access to the chat group. And if you still have a problem with it, you will no longer have access to our platform, plain and simple. So let's make sure we understand that what this chat group is for. This is a professional chat group. It will remain that way. This chat group is about positivity. It will remain that way. We won't have any negative stuff in the chat group. We won't have any beefs or gripes or anything outside of the logistics industry will not be in the chat group. It's there to help you get more loads, to answer the questions you need to have answers, help you to be more successful as a dispatching or a logistics firm. That's what it's for, and that is what it's only is what it's for. So make sure we understand that from the get-go. All right? All righty. Great. Everybody understands. All right. Hey, let's see here. I see a lot of you all need to hold your questions until after we finish. I know a lot of y'all are asking a lot of questions. Some of these questions are for training. They're not for orientation. Again, as I said at the beginning of this, in case you missed it, if you came in late, this is orientation. This is not training or a consultation session. This is orientation. Orientation is only going to be about a half hour to 45 minutes long. It is to get you acclimated with your back office and the tools and the resources. That's all it's for. If you have other questions, hold them until training on Saturday, or contact me outside of orientation on Monday through Fridays, preferably sometime tomorrow, and ask me the question, or hit me up in the chat group, ask that question there, and either myself or someone will answer that question there. But this is not the place for those types of questions, so make sure you hold that. Because if we start answering all types of questions, we'll be here all night and we'll never get through orientation. That's not what it's meant for. All right, back to orientation. Okay. All right. As I mentioned before, this is the broker carrier contract. If you are a bonded broker, this is what you need to follow, what you need to send to your carriers, okay? As you can see, there's a lot of legal jargon. I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to read this. This stuff gives me a headache. I'm not going to lie to you. The lawyers prepared this. I don't want to read it. I read through it once or twice. It gave me a headache both times because it's got a lot of legal jargon in it, but it's everything you need to have in a contract that makes it legal for brokers, okay? You sign here, and they made it very simple. Come here, you sign here, by there. It has to be witnessed. Brokers have to have a witness. It has to be witnessed. The carrier puts their information here. They sign here. It has to be witnessed. All broker, anything dealing with broker has to be witnessed because you have a bond. The Exhibit A, that's included. The Exhibit B, that's included. The Exhibit C, that's included. The Exhibit D, all these exhibits. I hate all this legal stuff. But anyway, that's what it is. So if you are acting as a bonded broker, this is what you need to send to your carriers. I feel for you. All right. Let's go on down here to tools and resources. All right. Remember, we give you access to 19 million plus shippers. We give you access to every shipper in the United States. So if you are looking to bring on shippers, looking to sign on with shippers and get them to send you your loads, it's very simple. You come here, you click where it says search shippers. All you do is click on it. It takes you right over to the government SIC code site. You already have unrestricted access. You don't need to log in. You don't need to type anything in. It automatically gives you this information. Okay? All you got to do is come here and you put in what you're looking for. All right, somebody tell me something to look for. Somebody give me something to look for. Ice cream, cake, dirt, I mean clothespins, whatever. What you want to look for, real quick. Somebody, anybody. Wood. Okay, let's try wood. I would have said lumber, but let's see if it picks up wood. Wow, look at that, wood. Under the categories of wood, you have 401 companies that ship wood. You have wood and wood byproducts wholesale. You have 186 companies that ship that type of wood, and so on, and wood bedding, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Let's click on, so at the top with wood. Let's click on that. It's going to pull up all 400 and some odd of those companies. All you got to do is pick one, start at the top, click that. It takes you over to that company. It tells you everything you need to know about that company. Gulf Coast Lumber. It gives you their address down in Houston, Texas. Houston, big state of Texas. It gives you their business. They are a manufacturer and distributor and exporter. It gives you their phone number. It gives you their fax number. It gives you their website address. There's a contact this company. You can send them an email. Come down here a little bit further. It tells you all about that company. It has a profile about that company. Come down here a little bit further. It tells you if you got little things you can click. Bam, pull up a state. Let's see what they charge to move that wood down to Kansas. Tornado Alley. If they're moving wood down to Kansas, they are charging. They pay $50 a pallet. A partial dry van, $390 for a partial truckload, $450. So partial means quarters, 4 quarters in a dollar. Multiply that times 4, and you got your full load. Okay. So they tell you what they pay. If they're moving it down up to Colorado, they're paying. What are they paying to move this up to Colorado? They're paying $80 a box. $85 a pallet, $200 for a partial dry van, $580, partial flatbed, $630. Remember, partials are in quarters. 4 quarters make $1. So multiply that times 4, and you got what they normally pay to move that wood up to whatever state you want to move it up to. Okay? Now, as you all can see, this is the most comprehensive lead list source you're going to get. No one, and I repeat, no one provides you with a better lead source than we do. No one gives you access to every, I'm not talking some, I'm not talking most of, every shipper in the United States that has a tax ID number, every shipper in the United States that pays taxes is compiled in this website, in your search list. They update it monthly. Every time shippers go out of business, they take them off. New shippers come on, they add them on. No one is going to give you this type of access except here. So you never, ever have to do what? Buy a list from anybody. All these other companies that have these freight broker training programs, and then when you finish, you got to pay someone $200, $300 for a list of what? 2,000, 10,000 shippers, and half of them are not even active. You all never have to worry about that. You never have to worry about that ever again, because you have access to every shipper in the country right here at your fingertips. And you don't just get a name and a phone number. You get a comprehensive back office website to where you can access who they are, what they do, where they send it, how much they pay, and how to contact them. Okay? So that's what you have access to. All right. Let's get out of this. All right. That same back office site allows you, that same search site allows you to search brokers. You click where it says search brokers, and you can pull up any broker in the United States. You click on one of these brokers right here. Let's switch up the array brokers. It tells you who they are. Same thing. All the information. It tells you something down here, who they are, what type of product they broker, all that type of stuff. It gives you the average of what they normally pay, what the normal rates are to move freight that they pay to have to book their loads going into Alabama or whatever state you want to put. You put whatever state you want to put down there. Put Kentucky. For Kentucky, they normally pay somewhere between $65 a pallet. Partial dry vans, $470. Standard flatbed with tarps, $580. Move it to Kentucky. So, same thing with the brokers. And now, if you're wondering to yourself, okay, that's great, but what do I say to them when I get in contact with them? We have a general freight script. You click on that general freight script, and guess what? It gives you a little script that we put together for you. If you real shy, you don't know what to say. You know, every time you speak, you know, nothing comes out of your mouth. If you're that shy about talking to people, we give you a script. All you got to do is copy and paste it and send it to them, email it to them, or just learn it and read it to them. Okay? I'm going to read some of the script. I'm not going to read all of it because, frankly, I put it together, but we're going to read it anyway. It basically says, why should you partner with a member of the RBBS National Network of Dispatchers? The network utilizes the most advanced technology in the industry to service our customers. We've integrated the Ascend TMS transportation management system and logistics software in all, I need to change that, in all 300 plus active independent dispatch firms strategically positioned throughout the United States to adequately service all major shipping lanes. We can manage every aspect of our logistics and distribution operations with the same transportation management system, TMS technology used by the world's largest companies. Carrier verification and fraud check. Never load a bad carrier or bad driver again. Each of our network members can instantly conduct full carrier verification, carrier qualification, and fraud detection. We conduct real-time fraud detection and carrier qualification every time we match carriers or drivers with one of your loads. See, that's the type of language that we use because that's the type of language that gets shippers hot. Okay, it perks up their antennas. Oh man, they got this, they got that, they can do this because they want to make sure that they're trusting someone who can deliver those loads safely, intact, and get them there on time. And when they see that you have access to that type of technology, you are reassuring them that you are the right person to help them move at least another 25 to 35% of their loads every day. Thus, getting them to do what? Send over their load list to you so you can help them make more money. That's what that script is designed for. So you can either copy and paste it and send it to them, and down at the bottom has an area for you to put your member name, which is you. Down at the bottom, it also has an area for you that has your toll-free number, and you can list your extension and your toll-free fax and your e-fax line. So when they fax stuff into you, it will be forwarded to your email address, and your email address goes down there as well, so they can contact you. Okay, that is your script. All right, that is your script. If you don't want to follow that script, a very simple script is that I don't like to follow, and if you all want to call me up and we can go over this with you at some point in time during the week, or reach out to someone on the chat group, and they'll go over with you. The script that I normally say is very simple. I call them up, ring, ring, ring. Hey, Mr. Shipper, how you doing? My name is Calvin Butler with the National Network of Dispatchers. You know, here at the National Network of Dispatchers, we've been noticing that you have a very interesting load list. And we have access to thousands of carriers because we have over 300 dispatch firms as part of our network, with each of them having access to hundreds of carriers each. So that gives us a total access to thousands of carriers, all of them who are heavily insured and experienced in moving your type of freight. And from looking at your freight, I'm confident that we can help you move at least 25% to 35% more of your freight every morning. And the great part about this, because we are dispatchers, we are paid by the carriers, so this is a free service to you. Okay? You're not paying any more money to access our carriers and to run the freight than what you would normally pay. All you've got to do is start sending us over your load list. How's that sound to you? Well, how soon can we do business? That's a very simple approach. That's the approach that I use. Okay? Now, you can either send them that formatted one that I have for you all, or you can adopt your approach that's kind of more comfortable for you. That's the approach that I use. If any of you want to kind of learn that approach or go over that approach with me, contact me sometime during the week, either through the chat group or call me up Monday through Fridays during business hours, and we will go over that with you. Okay? All righty. Any questions on contacting shippers? Any questions on contacting shippers? Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, I see a lot of y'all want us to look up paper and rubber and stuff like that. We're gonna look up a whole lot of stuff because we got a limited amount of time here to do this this orientation. So let's get through this orientation. Okay. All right. But that's the script right there. Let's see here. Now we are going to be doing auto hauling. I'm not going to go into the script right now because there's some things that we need to do legally to get set up with auto hauling. If y'all want to know more about auto hauling, go back and review our last training session, which is number 30 on our YouTube channel. We talked extensively at the end of that session about what we need to do to get set up and how we're going to proceed with the auto hauling, because 99% of you all are dispatchers and not brokers. We can't operate in the auto hauling industry the way everyone else does, because the auto hauling industry is set up for brokers and dealers only, and that's where it's set up. And because of the way they operate, the way they negotiate, the way they get to do front-end margins and back-end margins, you all can't do that. But our attorneys, lawyers have presented us with the way that we can operate. They have found a legal loophole. A legal loophole is just that we have to operate in a little bit different manner, and we will be putting that into operation here coming up this summer, probably within the next month or so. So stay tuned on that, but we won't get into that here. But feel free to look up the stuff on the auto hauling that we have on the scripts and stuff, and we'll be showing you all later on how we're going to be able to implement what we're going to be able to do as auto haulers, doing auto hauling. All right? Okay. All right. Very important. I want each of you, I want everybody, once you get access to the back office, to go in and review this script. How much money do you need to move your truck? Okay? Because that is the cornerstone of how we pitch our carriers. This is how we get carriers to sign our dispatch agreement. Make sure you all read this. Make sure you all understand this. This is the email version for you to copy and paste and send out to prospective carriers. Okay? This is the email version. All right? Who wants to do some role playing? Who wants to be a carrier? Anybody? Somebody? Let me know. Who wants to play the role of a carrier? Who wants to play the role of a carrier? Come on, don't be shy. I ain't gonna be that hard on you. I'm gonna take it easy on you. Who wants to be a carrier? Nobody wants to be a carrier?
I'll do it.
All right, great. We got a volunteer. Who am I speaking with?
This is Carrie Glickstein.
I can barely hear you, man.
Wait, I'll switch microphones. Hang on.
Oh God, I can barely hear you. You sound like you're way away from your mic. Is there any way you can tune that up a little bit?
Yep. Wait, I'm going to switch microphones. Hang on.
Okay. Let's see who am I speaking with? This is who again?
Is that any better?
I can't hear you. I mean, you sound like a mosquito right now. There we go. All right. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
All right. I appreciate your efforts. All right. I need someone I can actually hear. Okay? Who wants to be a carrier?
Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. You're going to be loud and clear.
Okay.
All right.
How you doing?
Wait, you're going to be the carrier, okay? And,
Okay.
and who is this?
This is Janice McClendon.
Hey, Janice, how you doing? Thank you for stepping up. All right, Janice, now I'm going to call you.
Okay.
Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? Am I speaking to Janice?
Who is this?
This is Calvin Butler, National Network of Dispatch. Janice, I see you down here in Boca, Alabama.
How did you get my number?
I got your number from the load board. You listed your truck as being available and ready for a load, and you're stationed, you're parked down there in Boca, Alabama right now. We have several loads leaving out of that area. Janice, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you need in your truck?
How much money?
How much money do you need? And the reason why I asked that is because we understand that not every carrier loads the same amount of money. Because you have expenses that have only your truck and your truck only. You can't move a load with the guy next to you because you're not. So with that said, for the load that we ask you how much money you move your truck. Because you tell me you need $2 per mile in your pocket after everything, all your expenses. That's all we're looking for. So what I'm actually asking, when I ask you how much money you move your truck, I'm asking how much money you put in your pocket. And you're ready with the carrier, you won't give 20%. You're going to add 20% onto that. If you have a factory company that charges 5%, you're going to add another 5%. If you want to include your fuel surcharge, you're going to have per mile. Now we have 25, right? That includes your what?
Mr. Butler.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt, but I see everyone is sending messages. They're saying that they cannot hear you. They can hear me, but they cannot hear you.
I don't know why they can't hear me. Okay, probably because your mic is what you call it. But this is going to be replayed, so you all will be able to hear it on the replay. Hopefully. But and I'll go over it again after we finish. All right. But basically, what we're doing is when we find you loads. If you tell me that's what you're looking for, I'm going to look for loads that covers your $2 plus the 20 cents you owe to your company. That's another 20 cents plus the 5 cents you owe to your factory company. That's another 5 cents plus our 10 cents. We charge 10%. So we're going to be looking for what? 20 plus 5 equals 5 plus 4 equals 9 plus another 10 cents makes it 39. So we're only going to look for 10 to 40 per mile or better. And if you tell me you don't want to go in the mountains, I'm only going to look for those on the bottom half of the state. And if you tell me you don't want to go more than 600 miles, I'm only going to look for those that's going more than 600 miles. So you know when you see my caller, my number on your caller ID, I got the kind of loads you want, going to the places you want to go, paying the money you want to get to you. How's that sound?
Oh, that sounds great. I haven't had anyone talk to me this way like this. I want to make some money.
Well, it's great, because that's what we're in the business for. So I'm going to send you over my dispatch agreement. I need you to read it, sign it, get it back to me so I can start finding you loads. Okay?
Okay, but I want to make sure that this is not no scam. You're not, I'm not going to be billed later for something else that I don't know. Everything that you're saying is going to be...
Everything's going to be laid out. Everything's going to be laid out in that dispatch agreement. If you don't agree with it, don't sign it.
Okay. All right. We'll give it a try.
All right, great. I'm going to send it out to you. Make sure you look for it. It's going to be coming from, then you're going to give them the email address. Okay? And that's basically it. Okay? All right, you go ahead and review yourself now, because I think everybody's having a problem hearing because you want unmuted. I hope y'all got the gist of that, because the gist of that is when we present this to someone, the way that we present it And that catchphrase, we use what's called the setup, the flip, and the close. The setup is the phrase, how much money do you need to move your truck? That's the setup, okay? That's the setup. The flip is when you go in to explain that. And then comes the close. If you do this right, 90% of the people you call, they can't help but say yes. It leaves no other way out but yes. And if they come back with I don't care what their objection is, that setup allows you to be able to handle that objection and give them an answer for it. Because it all goes back to the same thing. How much money do you need to move your truck? But those of you that couldn't hear, the conversation went something like this. Hi, Janice, how you doing? I think you're down in Mobile, Alabama. And Janice says, yeah, how'd you get my number? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but how'd you get my number? Oh, you listed onto the load board as a carrier that's available and empty and you're ready for a load. And that's how we got your number. Oh, okay. But Janice, let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? And she goes, well, how much money do I need to move my truck? Well, what do you mean? Well, Janice, what I mean by that is this. We understand at the National Network of Dispatchers, we understand that not every carrier can move their truck for the same amount of money because your truck expenses may not be what the guy next to you, what his truck expenses are. Every truck can't move the load for the same amount of money. So with that being said, when we ask you how much money do you need to move the truck, what we're really asking you is how much money do you need to put in your pocket cents per mile after paying all your expenses that you need to take home. And if you tell me that you need to take home $2 per mile to be profitable, what we're going to do is we're only going to look for loads that allow you to put $2 per mile in your pocket. In other words, if your carrier group, if you're leased onto a carrier group and they're taking 20%, we're going to add another 20 cents onto that $2 per mile, so now it's going to become $2.20 per mile. If you got a factoring company that's charging you 5% to factor your money, to factor your load, we're going to add another 5 cents on to that $2 per mile. Now it's going to become $2.25 per mile. If you want to include your fuel surcharge, the fuel surcharge is 3.5%. We're going to add another 4 cents onto that, so now it's going to become $2.29 per mile. And of course, our fee is 10%, so we're going to add that 10 cents onto it, so it's going to become $2.39 per mile. So the only loads we're going to look for are loads that are paying $2.40 or better per mile. Also, if you tell me that you want loads that are not going up in the mountains because you hate going up in the mountains, we're only going to look for loads on the bottom half of the United States. And if you tell me you want loads that's running more than 600 miles, I'm not going to look for loads that's going 500 miles. I'm only going to look for loads that's going 600 miles or more. This way, when you see my number on your caller ID, you know. You don't have to guess about it. You know I got the kind of loads you want, going to the places you want to go, paying the kind of money you want to get paid. Now, how does that sound to you? Now, with that right there, it is extremely hard to say no. And no matter what they come back with, well, you know, I don't know. I had a lady a while back, or a guy a while back, man. He promised me all this stuff, man, and he wound up taking that. I had my money. And this. Well, that can happen with us because we don't get paid before you do. You actually get paid directly by the broker, and then you pay us. Because remember, we're dispatchers. Oh, okay. So I get all the money, then I got to pay you all the tip. Exactly. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, well, shoot, that might work. You see how that goes? Look, that setup, that phrase is the same phrase that allowed me to book between 12 and 15 loads per day, 5 days a week, every single week. I'm not telling you something that I don't know works. I know it works if you apply it correctly. Okay? Now, that was a little bit of training. We won't get deep into training, but that was a little bit. I know you all had trouble hearing us when we were doing the whatchamacallit, because of our fee of 10% means they add another. No, our fee of 10% doesn't mean they add another 20 cents. It's just that for every percentage that they owe someone, you just add that in cents per mile, because that's because if they owe their carrier group, because some carriers, some owner operators lease onto someone else's authority, and when they do that, they have to pay them a percentage of that load fee. In other words, if I have my own authority and you don't, and you want to lease onto my carrier authority, I charge you 20% of the load fee to lease onto my authority. So you get 80%, I get 20%. That's how some carriers are set up. Some carriers are set up where they get 73% and the carrier gets 30%. Whatever that is, you add that on in cents per mile. Okay? And then you only look for loads that's greater than the total amount of all the stuff total. That way they get what they want. That's why you ask the question, how much money do you need to move your truck? And if they tell you I need $220, $75, $225, you're asking them what they need to put in their pocket after what they need to take home. So therefore, you're only looking for loads that cover what they want to take home and all their expenses. And in doing it that way, you're not just shoving out loads to a carrier that you have. You're looking for the exact loads that they want. And with that being said, hardly anyone can say no to you. I don't know why you all are still having trouble hearing you, Kevin. I don't know what the problem is. Hold on for a second. Let's try something. Is that better? Can you all hear me better now? Carrie, can you hear me? Brandon says she hear me fine. Yes. Carrie says that's a little bit better. Katrina says it's perfect. Carrie says that's better. All right, let's try it this way. All right. But that's what that basically means. Okay. Now on the recording, you all will be able to hear this better, so you can go back to the recording and you can listen to it. All right. But this is the script. Okay. Go back, listen to the recording. Make sure you understand it. Make sure you get it down. If you don't have it down, just go over and over and over again. Listen to it over and over again. Practice it. Okay. Call me up sometime this week. We'll go over it together. We'll do some dry runs. We'll call some carriers. I'll listen to you pitch it, see how you do it. Then you listen to me pitch it and see how we do it. All right? So, all right. Let's move on. But make sure you all, this is your script. This is your money. This is your money script. Get your carrier signed on. Because once you get your carrier signed on, then you have work. You have no work without a carrier. Okay? Don't worry so much about going out finding loads, because loads can't make you money. Only carriers can make you money. You can have all the loads in the world, but if you don't have any carriers to run those loads, you ain't making no money. So get yourself some carriers, and then the carriers will tell you what type of loads they want. Then you go find those loads and make some money. All right? All righty. Let's get on down here to, what we got here? What we got here? Okay. Oh, yeah, workflow. All right, this is your workflow. Make sure you all, please make sure you all read this. Learn this. This is your workflow. This is how you get a load from start to being paid money in your pocket. Follow this procedure. Because if you don't follow this procedure, you may not get paid on time. But if you follow the procedure, I guarantee you everything will work just fine. But this is the procedure. So read the workflow. The workflow of dispatching, the RBBS National Dispatching Network System. Once carrier emails you the signed dispatch agreement, keep a copy for your records. Option. You have the option of emailing that to us at dispatch@rbbstransport.com. All right, that's changed a little bit. You are going to email that to us, but you're not going to email that to us as you get them. When you get ready to invoice, at the end of the process, when you're ready to invoice your carrier to get paid, you're going to send all the information over to us at that time. Okay? Contact broker associated with the load that you need to book for your carrier. Broker typically, now, basically what this is going to do is basically you're going to, when you find a load that the carrier wants, you're going to call the broker to make sure that load is still available, to make sure that that load is paying what it says it's paying. If it's not listed on what the load is paying, you're going to ask the broker, how much does this load pay? What is it? Ask them all the pertinent information. Okay? Do not give that broker that carrier's ID number or that DOT number or MC number until that carrier is sure they want that load. Because some brokers have a habit of going around you and trying to book the load around you and cutting you out the deal. Just make sure you protect yourself. All right. The way I handle it is when I call up a broker, I say, "Hey, Mr. Broker, how you doing? My name is such and such and such, and I am a dispatcher for my carrier, and I am interested. He's interested in this load, and I'm just calling to get some information on it. And as soon as I find out if my carrier wants that load or not, I will call you back with this MC number and DOT number so that you can check him out." Okay. All right, but let me ask you a question. What is this load paying? What type of freight is it? or what type of commodity is it? He'll tell you that, blah, blah, blah. All right, great. Is there any special thing that the carrier is going to need, like certain size tarp, certain tie-downs, whatever? No, just regular tarp, 8-foot tarp, whatever this is that. All right, great. I'll call you back with the carrier's DOT number as soon as I make sure that this is the load we want. I'll call you back in about 5 minutes. All right, great. Then you hang up. Okay? Nip that in the bud. Because you don't want them asking you, well, what's his MC number? Give me his MC number. Give me this, give me that. No. You nip that in the bud. You handle that beforehand. Then you call your carrier and say, hey, carrier, all right, this load is paying this, and this, and it's a load of this. Is this the load you want? And you're going to have 3 options for them. You're going to call 3 brokers to get 3 options for them, okay? You're going to say, which one of these loads you want? He's going to say, oh, I want load number 2. All right, great. Let me call the broker back and get the confirmation worksheet. If they need to have a carrier packet signed, I'll send it over to you so you can get that filled out, okay? All right, I'll call you right back. Get back on the phone with the broker. Hey, Mr. Broker, how you doing? My carrier wants that load. All right, great. Here's the DOT number is such and such and such. Carrier's going to run that DOT number. Carrier's going to come back and say, oh, yeah, he's fine. Let me go ahead and shoot you over the confirmation sheet. Or that broker's going to come back and say, oh, he needs to fill out a carrier agreement because we don't have him signed up with us yet. All right, great. Either way, whatever he tells you, he's going to send it to you. You're going to let him know, yeah, go ahead and send me that confirmation sheet over to your email address, or send me that carrier packet, that broker carrier packet to your email address. Because what you want to do is you want to establish yourself as the go-between between the carrier and the broker. You always want to establish yourself as the go-between. And it's going to become clear to you why in just a second. So that broker is not going to send you over the confirmation sheet or over the carrier packet. You're going to forward that over to the carrier after you read it. Repeat that. After you read it. Make sure you read it. Make sure that the amount of money that they told you it was is either the same or greater than the amount that they have posted on than what you discussed. Okay? Make sure that it is either the same or greater. Make sure that the number of drops are the same or less. Make sure that everything is the same as you discussed. Because some brokers will try to get over on you. All right? Read it. Send it over to the carrier. If it's a confirmation sheet, the carrier will get it, will sign it. They'll send it back to you. You will forward it over to the broker. The reason why you're doing this is because as you're getting stuff sent into your email address is saving copies of it. So you now have a copy of everything that's being sent over. Okay? And you're being kept up to date on what's going on. Now, you send that confirmation sheet back over to the broker. The broker says, okay, great. We go ahead and dispatch it. That carrier now goes out, picks up that load, gets the BOL, comes back, drops that load off, gets another BOL. Then that carrier then sends you the BOL. Make sure you're in contact with your carrier. Good communication is the key. Good communication makes good carriers. Make great carrier dispatcher relationships. Okay? So make sure you stay contacted with your carrier, have good communication, lines of communication with your carrier. The carrier drops that load, you get the BOL, signed BOL. That carrier now sends you his BOL. The BOL is a receipt from the drop-off area that load was delivered and delivered on time and delivered intact, safe, and secure. Okay? The BOL has to be sent back over to the broker before it can be paid on. So the carrier is going to send you that BOL. Also at that time, you ask the carrier to send an invoice to the broker. That's the amount of money that the broker owes to the carrier. That is his official request. Okay, I dropped the load. I'm requesting this amount of money to be paid back to me. Make sure it is equal to whatever's on your confirmation worksheet, on your confirmation rate sheet. All right, so now you're going to send that back over to the broker. The broker is now going to send all that over to his factoring company. All right? Approximately 1 week later, make sure you follow up with that broker as to the status of your carrier's pay. That is your job. It is expected of you, so you're not going to be insulting the broker by doing that, okay? Because he knows that that's your job, all right? Call that broker up and say, hey, this is such and such. I'm just calling to get a status update on my carrier's pay. He delivered load number such and such, because you got the load number, you got the confirmation sheet, you got all the information on it. He delivered load number 27B- whatever on such date. Broker's going to look it up. Oh, yeah, we paid him yesterday. Oh, yeah, we're getting ready to pay him now. Oh, yeah, we're getting ready to send that payment over in a couple of days. if they either paid the carrier or they're getting ready to send that pay over, that's when you contact us and you send us what's called what? Your invoice to the carrier. That's your payday. That is your payday. You're going to send us so we can prepare the invoice and send it over to your carrier so that they can pay you. Okay? So in that, you are going to send, as it's outlined in here, you're going to send us an email to dispatch@rbbstransport.com. In that email, you're going to list your name, extension number, email address, your carrier's name, cell phone number, email address, and their DOT number, the broker's name, phone number, email address, and the MC number, the load information, where the load picked up, where it dropped off, how much money it was, okay? That type of thing. And where you got that load from. If you got it from one of our other students, if they supplied you with the load, that means they're going to get 2.5% of the load. You're still going to get your full 5%, but they're going to get 2.5%. We're going to get 2.5%. Okay? By the way, if you all present loads to other students that they're looking for loads for the carriers run, if you bring the load in, you get 2.5% of that also too. If you supply a load to another student, they use their carrier to run that load. That's just another way for you all to make money. All right? So those are the things you're going to give us, and you're going to attach to that email what? The rate confirmation, because you have a copy of it. You're going to attach what? The BOL, because you have a copy of it. And you're going to attach your dispatch agreement that you have between you and that carrier, that signed dispatch agreement. Because when we prepare that invoice, we're going to attach all that paperwork to show them that we have proof that this is your dispatcher. This is the dispatch agreement you have between your dispatcher. This is the rate confirmation, so this is the amount of money that you owe us, 10% of this amount of money. Here's the BOL that proves you picked up and you delivered that load. So there's no question whatsoever from that carrier as to what they owe you. Okay? So we send it out to them. They click on that invoice in their text or their email. They pay us with that debit or credit card. We send you all your payment the same way we received it, through that cash app payment. You click on it, you deposit your half of that money into your account, or you put it onto your Square debit card or credit card that you order for free. That's the process. This is it right here. Make sure you all read it, make sure you understand it, make sure you follow it. Now, if you leave stuff out of this, I can't promise you you're going to get paid on time. Okay? So make sure you follow this. This is very important. This is how you make your money. This is how you make your money. So make sure you understand this. All right? Anybody have any questions about that, about this process? Okay? Read it, go over it. If you have questions about it, contact us on the chat group. Ask questions there and things like that, or contact us. Either contact me on Facebook or give me a call Monday through Fridays, anytime before 7 p.m., and we'll handle that for you. All right? Great. All right, let's move on. Let's get this. No. I don't want to cancel all tabs. I need to just close this out. Give me a second here. Here we go. All right, move on. All right, that is your workflow. All right, shared email. Okay, we have an email address that all of you all will be sharing. You will get your dedicated emails, but those dedicated emails is for incoming emails only. In other words, you can give your shipwithrbbs.com email out, and they can send you emails into the email, and those emails will be forwarded to your personal email, whichever email tells you what your email is forwarded to. But those are just forwarding emails. You can't send an email from your dedicated email address. So we created a shared email for you all, and this is it right here. And you have your login and all that stuff in there also too. This is your shared email. You just click on it. It'll take you right over to the email. And you put in the login information. And as you can see here, there's a bunch of stuff. Well, we got to log out and then log in. When you let me log out of my email so I can log in with that. All right. Let me log out and then log in with the right email. Sign in to the shared email address. All right, and when you get to the shared email address where it says dispatchnetwork@outlook.com, that's your shared email address. You're going to log in, and I've already got my password in. And it takes you over to that email address. Now you can go in and go to the inbox. And this is your shared email address. Now you all can send emails out from here. You'll have some prospects who will be sending stuff in to here as well. Show y'all what some of the stuff looks like on here. I hate this format. Kind of look for stuff. Here we go. Sent emails. Got some drafts in here. Sent emails. All right. Here's what you all would use this email for. Here is one of our one of our students. They send an email out to a prospective carrier. You see here they sent this email out. Corrected doc request. Search profile. I have your insurance and all that type of stuff. This is a carrier that she just signed on, and she sent some stuff over to him. She sent it from this. He or she sent it from this email address, as you all can see. So you would use this email address to send stuff out, and then you can, and that way you won't have to give people your personal. People won't have access to your personal email. That's what this is for you to send stuff out to carriers, your prospects, and things like that. But this is your shared email. This is also the email address that prospects who are sending in. Some people who are looking for trucks to run their load. They will send a request in here looking for certain trucks in certain areas. You all will go in here, look at those, and if you find a request in here for a truck and you have carriers who are in that area, you can contact them, and that can translate into a load being booked for you. It's just another way for you all to find more business. Okay, so that's what this shared email is for. And of course, you have the logins and stuff are all in the back office area there. All right. Get back here. All right. But that's your shared email address. That's the login. We're probably going to change that password before this airs on YouTube, because every time we air something on YouTube, we change the password. And then since you have the access to the back office, you'll be able to access the new password, and people who are viewing this won't have access to it. All right. Load board access. Come down a little bit further. You know you have access to a bunch of load boards. We promise you all at least 3. We're giving you probably over 90 some odd load boards. Why? Because we just added 91 free load boards. Access to 91 free load boards. You click on this, it'll take you to the 91 free load boards. And you can go through all of these load boards. Access to all of these are active load boards. Some of them are good, some of them are not. Okay, I would say about 60 of them are good load boards. You got about another 30 or 40 that are so-so, and a couple of them that's not worth anything at all. But it gives you access to 91 free load boards. All you got to do is click on one of them, and it takes you right over to the load board, and it'll tell you what you need to do. And they are free. They should be free. You can create your username and password to get access to this if you're a carrier, things like that. But click through them, go through them, and you can go through them and just click on them and check out the loads and stuff like that, and different load boards and stuff. So, but they're there for you to access. FreightFinder.com, all that type of stuff. Look up the loads. Look for loads or trucks on here. We look for loads. We look for trucks. Click on it. Bam. It pulls up all the trucks that you can contact those trucks, and you can kind of get them to sign the dispatch agreement. If you're looking for trucks, look for loads. Click on loads. You can look for any loads, or you can look for them by state. You can look for them by radius and all that type of stuff. Pull up the loads. There are the loads that they have available right here. These are the loads that they have available. So you can find some pretty good loads here. There's a lot of loads on some of these load boards. And these are absolutely free. So you just go in and search loads, find loads for your carriers, get good loads and stuff like that. All right. So go through that. Look at the load boards. Go through each one of the load boards that we have listed here in your back office area. Click on them. Trucker's Path. Click on that. Go through the load board. It gives you the access to it. It's right there in your back office. Do not, I repeat, do not change the logins in any way, shape, or form. Do not change the settings on the load boards in any way, shape, or form. If you do, all we're going to do is we're going to contact the load board. We're going to give them our secret secret password, and then they're going to give us the access back. Then we're going to ask them what IP address, change the password or change the content or whatever it may be. Then we're going to call you up. We're going to say, why did you change the password? Why did you change this? If your answer is sufficient, we're going to say, don't do it again. If your answer is not sufficient, we're going to restrict your access to the back office area. So don't do it. Don't even get into that. Don't do it. All right? Leave it the way it is. Do not change anything. If there's any changes that need to be made, we make the changes and we will put them in the back office area when we make changes. All right? All right. Like far as Gump say, that's all I got to say about that. All righty. But these are your load boards. Make sure you go through them. We have load board training every Saturday. If you want to see what some of these load boards do, go back and watch last Saturday's video. Or watch number 29, 30 and 29. 30 is where we covered Trucker's Path. So if you want to know how to operate on Trucker's Path and some of the sequences to it, all the good parts and stuff, go and watch the video number 29. Yeah, this is a lot of information. It is a lot of information. We give you a lot of information. You get more than what you paid for. I know. And that's what we do. But go back to the video on number 29, and you'll be able to get all the information. And every Saturday you can log in to our training on Saturdays, and we'll have that live training on each and every load board. We do a different load board every Saturday. Every Saturday we do a different load board. All right. Whether y'all know it or not, that's the end of the orientation. That's it. Okay? And with that, that is the end of the orientation. Now, real quick, nobody logs out this yet. I got some stuff to go over here real quick. All right. Tonight, here's what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to go to Facebook. All right? When you go to Facebook, you are going to look for this right here. You're going to look for me. Look for me. Okay? You're going to put in Calvin Butler. Now, I do have a couple of Facebook accounts. Don't go call the Facebook police and snitch on me. Okay? Don't do that. All right? But when you look for Calvin Butler, you're going to look for the one that has my picture on it in my nice little purple shirt and my nice little tan vest, and it says Calvin Butler, RBBS Logistics Training. That's the one you're going to look for. When you find that ugly mug, you are going to send me a message. You're going to message me personally. And that message is going to say, add me to the chat group. I just finished orientation. Or I just finished orientation. Please add me to the chat group. Okay? All right. That's what you're going to do. Now, and then we're going to add you to the chat group. Now, when we add you to the chat group, later on tonight, we're going to send all of you who have just come onto the chat group, we're going to send you a nice little welcome message. In that welcome message, this is what it's going to have. We're going to send you this nice little welcome message to the messenger. We're going to send you a nice little welcome message, and that welcome message is going to be this right here. See this right here? It's going to say, congratulations and welcome to the RBBS National Dispatchers Network. Starting today, all emails will be sent to this email address, dispatch@rbbstransfer.com. Please provide the following info to set up or update your network profile: full name or company name, phone number you want your toll-free calls forwarded to, email you want faxes sent to, city and state you operate out of, and website address if you have one. Company website, if you have one, goes here. All right. After receiving your toll-free extension and setup, make sure that every email you send us is in the following format. People, please read this. Please, please, please read this and follow this format. Because if you send us an email and it does not have this stuff included, you may not get done what you need to get done. Okay? Make sure you understand that. So when you send us an email, it needs to follow this format. Okay? All right. Please adjust your format to match that of the one above so we can process your submissions effectively. Please, please, please make sure your email looks like this one. Notice the spacing and separation between the carrier, broker, and the load info. All processing is conducted by interns, and they do not know you. So it is essential that you format every email this way. Whatever you email us must include the names and contact information of everyone involved in that transaction. Okay? So that's what you're going to receive. That's what you're going to be sending back to that email address. And you will not, let me repeat this, you will not receive this back until Friday. So please, don't call me up on Wednesday. Don't send me something on Thursday asking me, hey, I don't have my numbers yet. I don't have my toll-free numbers. I don't have this, because you ain't going to get them until Friday. That's just the way it is. But our interns have a lot to do. They process a lot of stuff. So instead of sending them to you all as they get them done, that takes up time. So they do them all at one time, and they send them all at one time on Friday. Not on Thursday, not on Wednesday. They send them on Friday. Every Friday they send them out. So they know that's what they got to do every Friday, because they have a routine just like everybody else. That's how you run things, make things run effectively and smoothly. So on Friday is when you will receive this. Everybody understands that you will receive this on Friday. So I shouldn't be getting calls on Wednesday or Thursday asking me where is my number, or where is my extension, or where's my profile set up. Okay? Because I'm telling you now, you're going to receive it on Friday between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. I can't give you an exact time because I don't know an exact time. Okay? But you're going to receive it on Friday. All righty. Great. With that being said, now, since you all have finished your orientation, you all can now submit your request for access into the back office, and sometime tonight, you all will be approved for your access to the back office after they verify your email as being the same one you did what? You enrolled with. Make sure when you come into the back office area that you use the same email address when setting up your back office area login. Use the same email address you use when you enroll. Do not sign in using Facebook, because it may not be the same email address. All right? All right. You all have been a lovely audience. I've enjoyed my time with you. I can go on YouTube to view previous training. Yes, you can. What if I don't have Facebook? If you don't have Facebook, then you're going to miss out on some of the stuff that we offer, because that's what we offer. If you don't have Facebook, I would suggest you get Facebook. I understand a lot of y'all don't like Facebook, but if you use Facebook strictly for business purposes, it's fine. I'm not asking you to go on Facebook to include all your friends and everything. Create a fictitious name on Facebook. You ain't got to use your real name on Facebook. Go on Facebook and create a business profile. Just put down there, my name is JW Logistics. And then you create your profile, and then you look for me, and you ask me to add you to the chat group. You're not coming to Facebook to talk about your business or talk about what other people got going on. You're coming on Facebook to do what? To make money. And if joining Facebook is going to help you make more money, then that's what you need to do. Because remember, this is a business. Okay? So don't let your hang-ups about Facebook stop you from putting money in National Help Bank. All right? All right. If you don't want to do Facebook, don't do Facebook. It's just going to be that much more difficult for you to enjoy all the things that we have to offer. Now, you can still participate with other stuff that we do, but I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. It's a lot easier if you connect with us on Facebook, because a lot of the things that we do in that chat group, those people connect with each other. They help each other out. They share stuff. You got one guy on there, Charles Monday, who has set up his platform as an assistance platform to help you all find loads. Okay? Now think about that. You're going to let Facebook stop you from connecting with people that's going to help you make money. Yeah. That sounds like hustling backwards to me. All right? I don't hustle backwards. Okay? Now, I don't know about you all, but hustling backwards ain't part of my regime. All right. All right, but that's what it is. It is what it is. Okay? Our platform is designed the way it is, designed that way for a reason, to assist you and help you in everything that you need to do. All right. With that being said, I thank you all. You all are welcome for all of you who are thanking me. I thank you all for joining. We appreciate you all. We welcome you all. We are glad to have you all with us, and we hope that you all are successful and hope that you use all of our tools and resources to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. We are here to help you. We will always be here to help you, and that is our main function. That is our main goal, because we can't profit unless you profit. Again, thanks again. I appreciate y'all coming out and joining us on this this orientation, and I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. Look forward to hearing from you all during the week, and look forward to seeing you all booking some freight. Y'all have a great night. Thanks again.
Hi, Calvin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have a quick question. Okay, so my husband originally signed himself up, but due to him, he's still driving trucks. So he's not able to do the course. So instead of him doing it, I'm doing the course.
Okay. I need him to call me. Okay. So I need him to call me and verify that he is going to be switching you over to his account.
Yeah, he already did. His name
okay, then if he's already done it, then you're fine.
Okay, but the thing is, he gave the wrong email. So I'm trying to see, will I be able to, change that email that he originally gave you?
Send that over to me at the training email address, the one he signed up, the one he got his downloads from. Reply back to that one and send me the corrected email address.
Okay.
And send the information of where he signed up the first time, as far as what email address he signed up with, whatever he changed to, whatever. Just send me your information so I can pull it up and make the change. And then add the corrected, label it my corrected email, and send it over to me so I can make the change.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Butler.
Yes.
Are we going to have new login information for this Saturday's training?
Are you going to have what now?
New login.
For what?
Okay, you were talking about training for Saturday.
Yeah, we send that out every. If you go to our Facebook, once you get on our Facebook page, you'll see where we have that posted for now until whenever. You can just go in and just click on it, and it'll send you right over to that every Saturday.
Okay, I thought it was going to be just, I don't know if it was going to be the same one or,
Yeah, it's basically the same one, but we have that posted in our Facebook group. When you go to Facebook and look for the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, and it's posted on there, and we send that out every Thursday or Friday for the Saturday sign-ups and stuff, so you can log in.
So then after training Saturday, then we'll be ready to go when we're ready to, to start?
Yeah, 10:15 every Saturday.
No, I'm saying after training, we'll be ready to start making calls and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and that's all. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
All right, you too.